But with Anthony and Eileen, we're here with Danni G, talented dancer and singer, lead singer for Sugar Bush, which I have the CD, I don't know which camera we have up right now, and also backup singer for Gloria, Gaynor, and Cher, and former Alvin Ailey dancer.
Yes.
Wow, we could do like a 3-hour interview
That's
here.
a lot.
I feel so untalented. Once again, I feel like I should just leave the show.
Aw, we love you, Anthony. Okay, so thank you so much for doing our show. We've
Thank
tried
you.
a million times to have you on, but you're always on tour, always doing something. You
talented.
always squoze us in.
Squoze us?
Squoze us? Is that
That's a word.
Squoze? Is that the
Absolutely.
It sounds
A squeeze?
cute. Okay.
Squoze.
Let's
I
play
use
it.
it.
Do you have a Scrabble dictionary? Okay,
Okay,
anyway.
Okay, sorry.
So, Alvin Ailey,
Yes.
like that name screams prestige.
Oh,
Everyone
yeah.
is very- Tell me, do you remember the moment when you were made the company? Like,
I remember like it was yesterday. I had auditioned. I was living in Philly at the time, and I went to the audition in New York, and there had to be over 100 girls there, and so I made it down all the way down all the cuts down to the last 2 girls.
Wow.
And that was like 3 hours later, audition-wise. And the director, Judith Jamison, said to both of us, I can't make up my mind right now, but I will call one of you in the morning. So stay by your phones tomorrow morning because the company is going to Europe, so you have to be home to answer your phone.
Wow.
So I went all the way back home to Philadelphia and wake up at dawn or whatever and waiting, and it seemed like forever. And finally the phone rings, and it's Miss Jamison. And she's like, you know, hey, you got the job, kid. welcome to the family.
did you call the other woman and rub it in?
I didn't know who she was.
It was me.
I didn't know who she was.
I got that call.
I mean, you know.
That's
Well, I hope since she didn't make it down to the last 2, that I'm sure she went on to do something
Something
professional
else.
as well. Yeah, I'm just glad it was me.
yes. And so you must have toured.
Oh man, my first trip was to Greece, and
Wow.
it was my first time out of the country, and it's been a love affair ever since traveling. So it was
Very nice.
amazing.
And now you're doing a lot of traveling with Gloria.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's
oh
the
yeah.
30th anniversary of I Will Survive.
Exactly.
And that song survived.
Oh,
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's huge. You have no idea. I mean, just the response we get from the song. I mean, from the audience, people start crying, they jump up, they're screaming. It's a really.
And you were on The View this week,
We were.
actually.
It was great. I guess we got the call. She got the call. Her management like 2 months ago to do the
Okay.
show, and she's a fan of the show. I'm actually a fan of the show. I love Whoopi Goldberg, and I got to meet her, like really hug her and talk to her. And we have a new band, so we broke in the new band on the show, like nationally, so it was cool, and it was a great experience.
Very nice.
Everyone was really nice. Sherry Shepherd, you know, Joy. Barbara wasn't there. Nikki to meet Barbara, and Elizabeth is still out, you know, the baby and
Right.
all. But
But you
everyone
got to
was
meet
there.
Whoopi. And that was amazing.
She was. She said I looked like her daughter. She saw me come in, and she was like, and so it was.
Wow, she
golden.
takes care of herself, don't she?
I love
can hit me a
Whoopi, but you're more beautiful than Whoopi.
Oh.
At least if she
Exactly.
has that.
But I did go online and look at her daughter, and yeah, there are some similarities.
Oh.
You know, very, you know, fair skin, curly hair,
Yeah.
and so it was fine. It was great. It was a great time.
And that song, and actually I met Gloria Gaynor. You were standing right there at the moment when I told Gloria Gaynor. I was so excited how much that song, like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
Will Survive, meant
Oh,
to me.
yeah.
This was back in the early 90s. It was GMHC AIDS Dance-a-thon.
Mm.
And Gloria Gaynor sang at the dance-a-thon. There was
Right.
like, there were 10,000 people, and they're all singing passionately, hugging each other, I Will
yeah.
Survive. It was so emotional because it had a
Yeah.
completely different
yeah.
meaning at that moment.
Well, I mean, I think it's such a big song. I mean, it started out as a women's empowerment
Yeah.
song, but I think over the years, it's just taken on a whole new life
Yeah,
with
everybody.
Yes.
cancers and things. And even for me personally, my mother's a cancer survivor, breast cancer twice over. And so we go to a lot of the pink, you know, cure, Susan Komen things, and Gloria's always a part of that. So it's definitely a special meaning for me.
I actually saw you on the telephone.
Oh,
Telephone. Eileen actually called me and was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I
"We're
mean,
gonna watch it."
no, I mean, working with Gloria has exposed me to so many great shows, and we filmed that part here with Tony Orlando, and of course the Vegas is with Jerry.
Right.
But it's our second year in a row actually doing it, so it was a lot of fun. And
Jerry does like a minute.
no, he's there overnight.
This is
No,